Ew, new trailer.
Let's start by telling everyone a little bit about ourselves. Who'd like to go first?
How can I put this right? Did engineering like everybody else. Didn't like engineering like most people. Really sucked at engineering also like most people.
I think I know this person. He has a YouTube channel in, I think it's VBM podcast. Yeah. जितने कोई वीडियो देखे इनके मैंने, he's more centric around like hobbies and VM podcast. हाँ, विनम्र के पॉडकास्ट में मैं आया था शायद. He's a good guy. Niche, he has a podcast. I think Niche podcast is some. It's called something Niche podcast. Niche podcast is. This is a niche thing. Anish Bahani. You can check. This is about. चलो चलिए शुरू करते हैं.
Fresh lime, sweet and salted, is the national drink of India.
Fresh lime, sweet and salt. I think he's talking about Nimbu Pani. Fresh lime. Like they use these fancy words to. I don't know. We can call it fancy or not. Fresh lime, sweet and. First lime sweet. Nimbu Pani. Lemonade.
Food is something that really makes or breaks the success of a store.
So I define craft with authenticity.
Who was that guy? Chitharanjan. Let's find about Mr. Matt Chitharanjan. Co-founder of Blue Tokai. हाँ, it's a बड़ी कॉफी चेन है Blue Tokai. Let's find about Blue Tokai first. Tokai, Blue Tokai, coffee, roasted ground so fresh. Oh, I think it's a coffee company and coffee related things. About us. Our mission since we started has stayed simple. Introduce our customers to state we directly buy our creators to coffee. Oh, it's a coffee company. Let's see what kind of products they offer. Starter packs. Disclaimer, I'm not a big coffee fan. जो कोई 10 रुपए की 5 रुपए की कॉफ़ी मिल जाती है वो पी लेता हूँ. No special brand. New brewers pack. Silver oak. What is the cheapest one? These three. Silver oak. French roast. Let's check a review about Blue Tokai coffee. And best place to check reviews is Reddit. At Reddit. India coffee. Just getting into coffee. All I have tasted is so far is a Vatican Estate. Which one was that? कौन सा था? हाँ, ये 991. Just getting into coffee. All I have tasted is so far is a Vatican Estate. Which one was that? कौन सा था? हाँ, ये 991. हाँ. Just getting into coffee. Now all I have tested so far is Vatican Estate from. Oh, credit to Clueless 60. Just ordered their French roast, but while doing my research, I got curious to the people who are a bit. How does it do a bit others? I think he's also a newbie like us, so no, in a country where sleepy all. It looks like a more comment from someone who is into coffee. मैंने तो ये नाम पहले सुना नहीं है. Sleepy Owl and Rage considered good coffee, so pretty good. Oh my god, this looks good. Amazing. I don't know. Good reviews. Please follow this page, India Coffee. Let's see about this page, India Coffee. Let's see what are the top posts in this budget coffee brands to keep at workplace. I'm looking for some budget coffee that I can place. I'm looking for 500 to 250 gram. It's good. Silver oak of blue. Guys, I think it's a. I don't know what's the budget trends for coffee. इसके लिए क्या होती है? 500 से 1000 ही होनी चाहिए. That's bare minimum as someone who likes to drink coffee often. So I got Kalita coffee tripper when I got time, but mostly in French press. I don't have. I think people buy press. I don't know what are the coffee press. What is coffee press? क्या होता है? Press also knows as.
Well, when I brew coffee at home, I always choose French press because there's no barrier between you and the coffee.
What is coffee press? क्या होता है? Press also knows as.
Well, when I brew coffee at home, I always choose French press because there's no barrier between you and the coffee. No separation, there's no filtration, just unadulterated, true essence and flavor. Making a French press is actually pretty easy. So you start with your clean press, add the coffee grinds, which should be ground really coarse, very similar to like a coarse sea salt.
मतलब चाय की पत्ती की तरह coffee.
We recommend 2 tablespoons of coffee per 6 ounces of water.
6 ounces of water. What will be 6 ounces? Ounces in liter. Let's see. Oh, 0.17. Okay.
Add the hot water, and the water should be right off boil. So boil the water, take it off, let it sit for about 30 seconds, fill the press completely full, and then we're gonna place the plunger on top of the press, and then we're gonna let that coffee sit there and steep for 4 minutes. Once we hit the 4-minute mark, we're gonna gently plunge it and enjoy it. To me, coffee press is the real essence of coffee. It's a bold flavor, it's syrupy, it's the true flavor of the bean.
Coffee press. Oh, we found the video, guys. We found the video.
That's right, coffee. Why? Well, why not?
Let's see subtitles. Why not?
When playing a game or watching something, it's a nice idea to have a drink nearby.
What?
When playing a game or watching something, it's a nice idea to have a drink nearby. Some people enjoy drinking tea, others enjoy drinking coffee, or maybe whiskey and
Water. Water is also a good thing.
even water, why not? If you're interested in getting into drinking coffee, well, I know the basics, and the basics are quite enough for you to enjoy a nice cup of coffee. So keep watching, and by the end of the video, you'll know the basics too.
Okay.
There are basically 2 types of coffee, or 2 types of coffee plants. One of them is called Arabica, and the other is called Robusta. There are some major differences
Arabica and Robusta.
between the two. The Arabica coffee usually has a better taste, more smooth, when compared to the Robusta. The Robusta has more of that bitter taste that people don't usually like very much. But the Robusta has
So we know what we want.
almost
Arabica.
the double caffeine than the Arabica does.
कौन सा accent है?
So if you're looking for a nice taste, you go for Arabica. If you're looking
कौन सा accent है?
So if you're looking for a nice taste, you go for Arabica. If you're looking for caffeine, you go to Robusta. So the Arabica coffee is usually more expensive than the Robusta because the Arabica plant is more delicate, it's more prone to disease than the Robusta. The Robusta plant will survive longer and give coffee the whole year long. When buying your coffee, you can find it on the package if it's Arabica or Robusta. If it doesn't say, you can go by the price. If it's an expensive coffee, it's probably Arabica. And if it's too cheap, it's probably Robusta. Arabica is way more expensive than the Robusta, but they're
now
both
I know
quite
what I
affordable.
like, Robusta.
If you wanna have both the taste of the Arabica and the caffeine from the Robusta, you can find some coffees out there that are mixed. So there are all kinds of options out there, you just have to look. Regardless of Arabica or Robusta, the coffees have different roasts. They go from light to dark, and maybe very dark you can find. Now the difference between a light and a dark roast is mostly the flavor. The amount of caffeine on a light and on a dark roast is pretty much the same. It has minor variations but doesn't matter much, so don't get a dark coffee expecting more caffeine because it
Half city, full city, Italian or French and coal.
probably won't make much difference. Get whatever roast tastes the better for you. Other than that, you'll find on the packages things like this coffee has hints of nuts, or that coffee has hints of dark chocolate and oranges, or berries, vanilla or whatever. Well, unless you're a fanatic, that doesn't matter much. It's more like a trial and error thing. You try a coffee, if you like it, keep buying it. If you don't, go for another one until you find one or two you really like. It never hurts to have more than one type of coffee around. It's just like tea. Sometimes you're more in the mood for a stronger coffee, and sometimes you're more in the mood for a smooth one. Just as important as the coffee is the water. The best idea is to use mineral water or filtered. If you're gonna use a tap water, then remember this. The quality of your coffee will be as good as the quality of your water. There are several ways of making coffee. I'll share with you the two ones I like the most. As a general rule, it's 1 tablespoon of coffee for a cup of coffee you want done. You can try using a little more, a little less, until you find what suits your taste the better. So the first way is the most simple one, with a filter. Just place the filter, then place the coffee. Don't compact it or anything, just let it rest there.
Filter? We'll need to get a coffee filter. How does it look? Coffee filter. Oh, it's the paper one, nah? The cone one. This is coffee filter. Single pack shaped coffee filter. Oh, fancy.
There. Pre-warm the cup if you can. Just get some of that hot water, place it on the cup, let it rest for a couple of seconds until the cup gets hot, and then get it back. The ideal temperature for getting the best taste from your coffee is right below boiling point. So when the bubbles begin to rush upwards, that's usually the right time. If you forget about it and it fully boils, then just let it cool down for a minute or so, and then go on and make your coffee. Slowly pour the water, that's important, and just wait. Now making the coffee with a filter is one of the easiest ways, but the paper filter also holds back some of that oil that the coffee naturally has. And that is why I have the second way of making coffee, which is with a French press. Now you can
this
get
is
French
what we were
presses
looking
from prices that go from 10 to 100 bucks. Don't worry about that. Get one that looks decent.
$100, like 80, like 8,000.
It's enough. Again, just like you did with the filter coffee, it's a good idea to preheat both the French press and your cup. Then you just add the coffee, add the water, put the top part back on, and just let it rest for 4 minutes. After the 4 minutes, just push it down slowly and serve. If you compare both a coffee made on a filter and a coffee made on a French press, you'll see that the coffee made on a French press is kind of thicker and has some oils on top of it. But those oils
So now we got to know French press. Let's see how much is the budget for a coffee enthusiast. Coffee पीना start किया. Coffee French press. Bio. Nice. Shopping. Blankets. Nice. Let's go on Amazon. Look for French press. Decent 600. Good. Not good. Thank you, Aya. Not good. Not good. See how are the reviews. Nice. I have been using it coffee for the past few weeks. The The best pattis that in only take 2-3 minutes. Oh, pattis and all, huh? Making chai. Decent. How many views? What are the... Oh, blue tokai small version. Array, they have 150 gram sachets. This is how rabbit hole works.
So I define craft with 3 words, okay? Authenticity, innovation, and quality. For me, coffee. Authenticity, innovation, and quality. For me, coffee.
Craft kombucha. Hey, कोई तो एक शार्क टैंक पे ब्रांड आया था with the kombucha. Shark Tank. दो लड़कियाँ थी ना they were some foreigners who started kombucha brand. Here you go. Which one? Here you go.
ब्रांड है ये मीनाक्षी और
So first नॉर्थ में इंडिया में
I think it was something kombucha. These ladies.
हुए जहाँ पे लट और
अरे kombucha ladies. Atmosphere kombucha. No copyright strike. से बच के रहना. Let's see where is Atmosphere kombucha. How is their brand doing? My god, out of stock. Atmosphere kombucha out of stock. 220. And, nice website. What we are all about. Oh, nice content. Fancy. Oh, they have added electrolytes as well. Hey, गर्मी आ रही है. So the best option I found for working well is this fast enough clean. Just get this back. Mix it up. Nice. This lies instant electrolytes. So you can check this out. No brand कोई sponsorship है नहीं.